Hi everybody, hope you're having a lovely day. What day is it? Oh yes, of course, it's Tuesday. So here we are, 2 o'clock, it's time for another tile. And do you know, 362. Do you know, I just can't believe it, I really can't. Every time I write this number down, or then it's the next number and the next number, you just think, goodness me, what a long way we've come to get to this stage, and we're still going strong and the community's growing. It's just a lovely way to sort of spend an hour, isn't it? But yeah, okay, what have I got today then? I've got my tile. I've got one of the Elites, the lovely quartz colour. I've got my ruler with me because I need a straight edge, but of course you can use anything that's straight. You can use another tile, and I do often. I've also got pen, pencil, tortillon, and I do have my coloured pencils lying around because you never know, we might want to use them, but we'll see how we go. So if we're all ready to go, I'm going to move all my bits and pieces except my pencil, my tile. I've not done any inking on it, anything at all. Just going in with it exactly how it is, and of course you could always ink it later. So let's make a start then. I'm going to come in. Actually, I think for this border, I'm going to draw it straight in with pen because I know I'm going to keep it, and I'm not going to particularly be drawing anything around it. So here we go. Doing the two sides. And then into the next and doing the other two sides. As you know, never really measure. Okay, there we go. All right. So this is the ruler the Crafty Planner ruler. It's got little photo corners, look, and a couple of bits and pieces on there. Sure, we must have one of those. You must have. Okay, so next little bit, back to pencil now. I'm going to sort of keep that. And I'm going to put myself a little mark about the middle. And again, about the middle. And about the middle. All right, so far so good. And what I want to do with this is I'm going to come in and I want to join them, but I'm not going to join all the way along. I'm going to put like a little line. Now, if you want to, you can mark your ruler with a pen. So you're getting these the same size, if you want to. But I'm going to just do it by eye. So again, don't really worry about measuring. It'll sort itself out in a bit. Okay? So I'm sort of creating a little bit of a squarish shape around the edge here. I reckon you do, Sue. You must have one of these. There you go. All right, so we've got that. So you can imagine that there would be, if I went all the way around, that would be like a square. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put another border in. Or it feels like a border anyway, but I'm not going to draw underneath there. You see? Turn it round. And let's just put that one in. You see why I didn't worry too much about measuring these? Because we tend to get this done anyway, and you can see the width of the border, so it's all good. Okay, and again, and let's put that in. So we've got that kind of a shape. Okay, let's go a little bit bigger with this. All right, deep breath, and we've got this. Okay, so I'm sticking with pencil for a minute because what I want to do is I'm going to create a line here, and now it is going to go all the way across. Let's do a double. Not too wide. Okay. And then turn it again. And let's just put them in pencil. I think that might make life a little bit easier when we come to do the next bit. And here we are. And the next one. Into there. And there. Okay, so we've got that kind of a thing. So looking at my square around the edge now, again, if I put that there, you see I can just get a little bit of it there. But what I want to do is I'm going to take this one over the top, and that's going to go underneath, you see? So that's going to go over the top, and that's going to go underneath. Let's just remove that a little bit so you can see it better. See, so that one's gone over there and it's gone under there. So if I turn it round. I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to extend that one, look. And then that one is going to go over the top. It's going to go underneath there. Let's turn it again. Line it up. Oh, let's do that one first. Over there, see? And then this one is going to go over. And then under. See? And the last one. Oh, Chris, I know I like them as well. There are ways of doing it without using a pencil and sort of interconnecting them straight away. But I think sometimes we can make things a little bit too difficult and too tricky to sort of do. So I always think, let's find the easiest route so we can all achieve it. And then if you want to go a little bit trickier and do it straight in with pen, you can do that by all means. But I do try and include everybody. And if it means that we've got to break it down a little bit and rub a few lines out, that suits me down to the ground, because I don't want anybody to think that this was impossible and they couldn't do it. That's not what we're about. So I know sometimes you think, oh, I could have just done that straight in pen. Please feel free to do that. I just want to give everybody the opportunity to have success with it. Okay. See, it doesn't take that much longer. And then I think we're all a little more comfortable and we're happy with what we've drawn. Okay, so there's the first one. Now when you do this one, again, just sort of be aware of what you're doing. Focus here, because if you've not rubbed your lines out, which I haven't, you want to make sure that you're not getting a bit carried away and drawing those lines where they don't need to be. Oh, Wendy. Sometimes I think I probably would too, but why put ourselves through that? You're going to get this a similar result, if not the same. So let's not worry about it. Okay, see, focus, because that's going over, so that one's going under. See, over and under. Okay. And the next one, I'm going to go over, see, and then under. And that one's the same. So that gives us sort of our shape. You see, overlocking and over and under. Okay. So while we've got the ruler with us, I'm going to sort of come in here and I'm going to put in, let's do that line first. I'm going to put in a corner edge line, like a mitre. Okay. And in with this one. Oh, Sue, honestly, what I would do if you're struggling a little bit, sit and breathe a bit. I know it sounds daft because we breathe in and out all the time, but just sit and take a breath. Shut your eyes and take a breath and take your time. There's no rush. You don't have to keep up. Just relax a little bit. And I know that's sometimes hard. I think it's the first time I had a night off last night in a long time, and it's really difficult to switch off because you think, oh, I've got this to do, I've got that to do, and it was tricky, you know. But sometimes we have to do these things. Okay. All right, next bit. Oh, Chris, I know, we do it too much, don't we? But sometimes I think we're so used to we just do it. But sometimes it's nice to stop and do that. Oh, Lena, I'm always relaxed. Always. Doesn't matter how panicky I am underneath. I'm always relaxed on top. Okay, so you see what I've done there? I've gone around with the lines. I've left a gap. Because what I want to do here is I'm going to take that line, like, put it in there, see? I'm doing the same that side. So you've got that kind of a shape. So I can sort of go along and do those where I get them. Try and do a few more at once. Don't rush it there. Yeah, see, I can do that one at the same time. That one. If I miss one, it's all right. I can come back to it. There we go, and this one. Okay, this one. Let's have a look at that. Oh, a couple more. There you go. To there. And then that one. You see, I'm always lining up the angle first, and then I know that I've got it close-ish. Okay. All right, so that's all done and sorted. We can now move on. We don't need that anymore. We can chill out a little bit. So again, this doesn't have to be in the middle, but if you wanted to, you could actually find the middle and line it up, couldn't you? If you wanted to, but you don't have to. Okay. Oh, John, I know I've done that a little bit quick, but honestly, you can go back and do it. Even if you do it all in pencil, there's no rush. Honestly, there's no rush. And if you didn't want to actually interlock them, you don't have to. You could have one on top of the other. That's absolutely fine. So don't panic, or if it's a bit tricky, don't think, oh, I'll never do it. Just do your way. It's absolutely fine. Okay, so I'm still with pen. And around in the middle, I'm going to come in and put like a little sort of leaf petal shape. It's one of the regular kind of shapes that we do. Okay. I'm going to go a little bit bigger now so you see what I'm doing. Look at that lovely fleck in that background. When you look at the ink on here, you can tell what I've been doing. I've been stamping. Yeah, okay. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to start at this side and I'm going to come around and put like a little loop around that piece. Let's put a little line in so we know. And then if I turn it and turn it again, and I can do similar on this side, that little loop. See, I'm following the shape round still. A line. Okay. So if I go from about here then, start, maybe this one, I'll start about here. I'm going to come round, put a loop in. You see I've got a little gap there? I'm going to fill that in. And then let's have a look here. So I'm going to start from there. I'm going to come round and put a loop in. So then I can start from there, or I can start from there. See, if I start from there, look, I get a little gap. I'm going to fill it in. And if I start from there, I can go straight in and I don't get a gap. See, it's giving it a slightly different sort of feel. So whether you want to go inside or outside, doesn't matter. So let's have a look at this one now. I'm going to do one from here. Go that way and put a loop. And then while I'm here, I'm going to put another one sort of on top of it. Turn it round. And again, look, which way do I want to start? Do I want to start here? Or do I want to start here? Let's start there. We can see what that comes out like. And again, I'm getting a loop. So, in a sense, I'm trying to say it doesn't matter. Let's do another one there, see? Put another one on the top. And if you do 2 or you do 3, we're just going to go around and create these little loops. And if I come across any gaps, I'm going to fill them in as I go. Okay, let's put them there. So I've sort of ended here. So let's put one in there. See, I've got a little bit of a gap. Turn it round. And a loop there. So sometimes I'm doing 1, sometimes I'm doing 2. There's no actual set pattern, apart from the fact I'm using these loops. If I get a gap, I'm filling it in. See, I'm going to do 1 there. 1 there. Now see here I've got a bit of a space, so if I did it there, I'd have quite a gap. So I'm going to do 1 there. Fill that in. And then let's do 1 from there. Fill that bit in. So I'm just going to keep turning it, and I'm going to keep adding loops. So sometimes just one, sometimes two, and any gaps I'm going to fill them in. See there, look, I'm going to add another. Changing the shape as I go, see, so rather than doing one all the way around and getting something that looks like a swirl, we're swapping and changing, which is giving us something a little bit different. It's sort of morphing the shape. So here, look, I've got a space. What am I going to do is put one there, and there. I can put one there. You see, I've got a gap, and around we go. Next one. Just neaten that off a little bit. And then this one. And then around there. And here, look, I'm going to go one. I'm going to put another one in there, so it's slightly underneath. You see how it's starting to, it looks like an eye like that, doesn't it? So we're going to completely fill this inner shape with these loops. So I'm going to get one in there, look. Slightly different size, but that's okay, because we want slightly different. And then any gaps, we're going to completely fill in with ink as we work our way around. See? Loops. I'm going to do another one. And one there. And it's all about working your way around and filling in that space. See, that's quite a gap there. One there. See, I've got a little gap there, so I can come in and put a second one in there. And into this one. And there. See, that's probably the last one I'm going to get in there. So I'm going to fill that space in there. Yeah, probably not. Let's do one there. And see here, probably not. So I could bring in my 05 and fill that bit in there. And work my way around, see, again, I'll probably fill that in a minute with my 05. Do that one there. See, I'm not going to get any in there, really. One in there, look. Squeeze one in there. And work my way around. One there. See, they're getting a little bit smaller. Well, I don't want to squish one particularly, so let's put one in there. And sort of keep it coming until I've got no more gaps left. Okay, a few sort of left in here, so put one in there. And one in there. I think that's probably about it. Oh, Maureen, it's not a challenge, it's loops. Loops going around in a circle. So don't overthink it. You know, sometimes you think I'm just going to do one, sometimes two are needed because there's a bigger gap, that's all. Then any gaps left, we're going to fill with ink. You see? There we go. So using my 05 just means it's a little bit quicker filling it in, and I'm not putting a lot of wear and tear on that 03 nib, or an 02 if you're using an 02. So just coming in and working that bit in there. of course these little triangles, they're part of that square too, aren't they? So let's fill that in as well. And it's the same section. Let's just come in and do that bit as well. Loop in there. Okay. So that's where we're at so far. So there's a little bit of movement in going. So that's quite nice. All right. Coming back to my 03 pen. And I'm going to have a look at these little triangles. And a lot of the time we'll actually go from here and we'll do a loop. So I'm going to stick with loops, but instead of going from here in, I'm going from here out. Put a line. And then here and a line. Okay, so we've got 3 in there. I'm going to put a little aura in each of those little spaces. And again, we could fill that with bubbles, or you could just completely fill it with ink. I'm going to put a little aura in, see? So looking at this one again, so we're going to sort of have our loop coming outwards like that. So you might want to do that and then draw all of those loops in first. So you've got the idea of where we're going with that. Once they're in, you can put your lines in. And then let's go a little bit bigger. See, you can put your little auras in, see, and fill them. So I'm just creating little shapes. I'm looking at whatever I've got there, following those lines. Sort of following them in. There we go, that one. And this one here. Following that line. Okay, just a dot there really, it's quite small. Too bad. Okay, so let's have a look now at this square. It doesn't matter which actually, because we're going to do a little bit on both. So on this one, I want to come in and create some little part bubbles. Just again about halfway here. Now you can either keep it going, or you can come to this corner and then you know you're going to have a part bubble in full in that corner. Okay. And fill in Chris, I'm not sure. I'll have a look in a minute. I just sort of turn up, if you know what I mean. I'll go on and have a look at the guide. Oh dear me. If I want to have a quick meeting beforehand, I have to be there for 6 or past, you know, that kind of thing. So if I know I've got to be there, I'm there then, aren't I? Okay. Let's have a look. Hang on. So tomorrow's a Wednesday. Oh, 10 o'clock. And let's have another look. Is it going to be 12 then? Yeah, 10 o'clock and 12 o'clock. Okay. See, so filling them in. Here's that go. And hobby maker, which means I'm going to have to go back. And let's have a look at the guide there for tomorrow. Oh, there's 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock. So I've got a double show there. There you go. See, just sort of coming in and put them. See, it doesn't matter if they don't match in there in the middle there, because we're going to lose that. Long day tomorrow, but at least I don't have to stop and charge the car. So it's sort of it's an hour less each journey. Okay. And then then this one, here we are, see, so in that one. And the next one. Part bubbles. Again, if you want to do these in a different colour, you can. You don't have to fill it in with black. I'm going for quite a dramatic sort of tile today, I think. Oh, Lynn, didn't I tell you on the last one what I was taking on? I'm sure I did. I'm sure I did. Let's have a look at this. Okay, so far so good. It looks good, doesn't it? So the next thing, again, sometimes, I mean, it's nice to put lots of tangles in and lots of patterns. I think what I'm going to do is just put a little line in these. But sometimes you want your eye to have a little bit of a breather. So actually putting tangles into everything might be a little bit too much. What do you want to know, Jackie? You see, so I'm going to sort of add tangles here and add a little bit more detail like I am. But then this one here, I'm not going to add anything in. I'm going to leave it. And again, if you want to put colour in there. Oh, Maureen, sneak peeks. Now, you want sneak peeks for Sewing Street or sneak peeks for Hobby Maker? Oh, goodness me. Right, okay, I'm coming in with my 05 pen. What I want to do here, so it might be worth you actually bringing your rule back in, because I'm going to come in and I'm going to make on this side that end thicker and thicker, you see? Oh, for both. For both. Okay. So I've gone thicker there, and now this time I'm going to go on the inside. Thicker there, look. And there. And on this one I'm going to go on the inside. Thicker there. Thicker there. Okay. So let's choose, doesn't matter, I'm going to go with that side. You see when I went on the inside? So on the inside there, I'm going to do the same side. So I'm going to do the outside. I'm going to go that one. Doesn't matter if it's different than mine. I'm just trying to give you a little bit of a formula. There we go. All right. So this one hopefully now looks a bit like it's going in and out kind of thing. So I'm going to go round the outside again. I'm going to use that 05 pen. I want it to be a little bit thicker, see? Oh, Lynn, I think, hopefully if Leslie remembers to bring me a cup of tea in, I'll ask her to bring the products in. Okay. And I will show you, just because you asked nicely. Okay. There's a few bits and pieces, so. There you go. And I can't shout, because she's in the other building. It's all quiet next door. Okay, there we are. All right, so I'm just going to put the lids on my pens there, and just to start us with, I'm going to just rub out those little lines there, because I don't need them anymore. Okay. I'm going to bring just a little bit of colour in. Let's have a look. Just looking at which ones are sharpiest. I've got my red, which is bright red. Okay, let me move that. That's it. So right in the middle. Right in the middle. There we are. Just going to put in a bit of that bright red. And then remember this one I said I was going to keep completely clear. I'm going to come in and add some bright red just see where it goes underneath there. Oh, Sam, I fully know what you mean, but in all honesty, it was Yodel rather than Hobby Maker. And we've had orders since, and it's been absolutely fine. I think there was an agency staff person at the scanning in, and I think there was a bit of an error somewhere. So I know it's a bit scary, but I mean, by all means, order from me. It's not a problem. But honestly, it was a one-off, and I am actually having a bit of a meeting tomorrow, so I am going to raise everybody's concerns about what happened. So hang fire with that one. Okay. And let's bring a little bit of orange in as well. Again, if you want to do this just in pencil, where I've put my red, that's where you're going to put your pencil. And then tortillon wise, you're going to blend out. So as I'm going over my colours here, you're going to use your tortillon to blend it out. Okay. And that should do the trick for you. I'm going to come in with pencil in a minute though. I just want to do a bit of colour here. I'm bringing in my little mid-orange. Just a little bit at the bottom in there. And of course you would do a couple of layers of this, but take your time, there's no rush at all. Okay, let's have a little look at that. So a bit more Sanntangle red, just as an extra darker colour in there. Oh, John? Leslie? John?
It's me.
Oh, it's Leslie. Hello. Leslie, everybody's asking if they could have a sneak peek about tomorrow's products.
Oh, which one?
They want to see all of them.
Oh, no. That's good job. I'm just bringing the boxes through, isn't it?
No.
2 seconds.
There you go. And see a little bit of red. So if I come back with my light red.
2 seconds. In there.
Sorry, Les, I'm still working on this, so we've got time. Oh, Sam, did you miss the Sunday one? I know it was a bit of a quick sort of show that was, wasn't it? With all those different bits and pieces. With Liam on, he is hilarious though, isn't he? It's really funny. I did watch a little bit of it, but of course I did the Sanntangle video, so I didn't see it live at the time. There you go. All right. I'd be tempted to go over and do another layer of that, but I'm not going to do that at the minute. Okay, so there we go. Thanks, Leslie. I'm going to make them work first.
That's sewing straight.
Okay.
And that's...
All right, thank you.
Afternoon, guys.
Leslie brought products in for you to have a look at as well. So
I suppose you want a cup of tea as well.
I do, yeah. God, you know, good stuff.
I didn't even realise it was Tuesday and what time it was. So you're lucky I came in with your boxes, otherwise you wouldn't even have got a cup of tea.
That's awful. You see how
It's awful, I'm busy.
You see how I'm treated, everybody.
Busy.
I actually will. I'll do a video and I'll do you a quick show around. It's still a bit chaotic here because we've got painting going on and things are being moved. So I will do a little video if I get a chance. Of course, my office is chaos because I'm trying to do all the show prep here at the office rather than at home. But it's getting there. It's getting there. Oh, listen, I don't think you're going to get a cup of tea, to be honest. I think I'm lucky that I'm getting one. Right, a little bit of pencil in there. And that one. And just sort of around here, I'm going to come underneath there. Well, then you've got no chance. It's just, no. Sometimes I feel I'm lucky, I tell you. There you are. Okay. So let's put, you know where we did the extra sort of thicker pieces? I'm going to come in now with pencil and add them in there. Just as we go, okay? And along there, look. Oh, I've got it on the top. Need to sort that. I'm just getting carried away then, look. It's okay though, it's pencil. Oh, Sheila, mine's loose leaf green tea, various flavours. I must admit, I'm a bit partial to Jade Mountain. That's a T2 one. It's quite a nice one. Oh no, we wouldn't have her any other way, would we? Okay, so let's come in with the tortillon then. And now in the midst of everything, I've lost my tortillon. No. Sure, I had it. Where's it gone? Ah, got it. Got one. Oh, it's a little bit pointy. That's okay. So let's go a bit bigger. Oh no. Yeah. Doesn't have to be too pointy because I'm softening off. So I'm not needing to get into anything really pointy today. So that's a pretty sort of quick way of doing that. All that hassle we had, stress of trying to draw these loops, and now look what we're doing, just straight over the top with them. There you go. Yeah, it does need another layer, see, over my pencils. But you don't need to watch me just doing another layer, you know. And again, just doing part of them. Lynn, honestly, I'd prefer to know if you were calling in. It's just that I'm not always here, and it's just that we'd like to know. That's all. We can hide anything top secret and make sure we've got milk in so we can have cuppa. Oh, it does look a little bit eye-like. Imagine doing this like greens so it could look like the, I don't know, is it the Man of the Forest or something like that? Okay. And the other thing is we just want to make sure if anybody turned up that it's safe, because at the minute everything's everywhere. Okay. There you are. Oh, my sneeze. Oh, bless me. Okay, slip a little bit round it. Do you know, I can still not, I can get over how good these tiles are. I'm just having that little bit of shading in there. The green man, that's the one, Chris. That's the one. Maybe somebody's going to do this in those colours. Let's have a look. Okay, so it doesn't matter which way it goes. I think that way looks more like an eye to me, but it's quite nice. I think what we do need to do though, you see where we've got these going under and things, I think we need to add a little bit more to it. So I'm going to come in with my black pencil, my regular black pencil. And where I've got my grey there, I'm going to come in and add a little bit to it.
There you go, sweetheart.
Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, Leslie.
You're welcome.
There we go.
You show them because I'm going to take them away now.
Oh, she's evil.
But you all love me.
Oh, on a good day. There you go. You see that just gives it that little bit more depth there. Okay. And again, I say I'm going to come in and I'm going to add a little bit more shade to that, but let's just have a little look at it. See, look how dark that looks now. It's much better, isn't it? Much better. And I think a little bit as well. Of course, if you've got a pastel pencil, you'll be able to do this in the black pastel and blend it out with your tortillon, so you don't have to sort of ease up on the pressure kind of thing. Your tortillon can do that for you. Little bits in there as well, and maybe just sort of in the middle, just a couple of little bits. Let's see. There you go. Just sort of in the middle. So I'm gonna also, let's have a look. Do I want to? No, I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to touch it. I've got a bit of thread there. Look. I'm not going to touch it. Okay. Last thing to do then, bit of a signature. And let's put it on here. And there we go. There we go. So that's it. Job done and sorted. So, okay. Goodness me, what do I have tomorrow? Let's just move this out of the way for a moment. So Sewing Street, I've got a couple of nice little bits and pieces. If you've actually seen the Sanntangle, you will have seen this. It's our new sort of Scandi quilt, so you're going to get a stencil to do these, and the instructions for do your melody there. Okay, I know, not to faffle. And we've also got this little kit here. It's a little pattern for making a little folder to put your little Tangle essentials in. But we're also giving you your Tangle essentials as well. So this is a new little ruler. So if you don't have this one, what you're going to be looking at this, that's a slightly different one. It's got a circle on it. And then Hobby Maker tomorrow, a couple of bits. And, oh, they've all fall over. Let's have a look what we've got. Look at this. So a couple of bits of stuff going on there. But also, I've been doing a little bit of underwater. And then we've got some stamps coming in. Now, if you know a gentleman named Peter Phillips, you'll recognise some of these bits of art. So we've done a little bit of a collaboration, and we've added a few tangly bits and pieces, and we've created some stamps. So I'll be showing you how to use them tomorrow. So a few bits and pieces on the go. So yeah, getting all ready and prepped. So with that, oh, there is something else, but I can't show you because I don't have it, because Hobby Maker have done it. But that's a bit top secret. But I've told you everything else, so it's all good. So okay, all done and sorted. And there's our tile for today. And yeah, if you're around tomorrow, please watch or send some pictures in, say hi and all the rest of it. If not to worry. I will see you back here on Friday at 2 o'clock for our next tile. So have a great one, everybody, and take care. All right, see you soon. Bye.